Are you?
Do you have electricity?
Yeah,
Do you have
That's
water? Why are
romance.
you
Yeah,
complaining?
that's romance. A house. That's romance.
Exactly.
Amazing.
That's why
Yeah,
you're complaining. So you want me to come back from work very tired? I'm feeding you, I'm dressing
yeah.
you, and then dress up, go out in the cold.
Yeah. Understood. I
You know,
understand. I
yeah.
understand.
But I also I think it's a culture of poverty, because I
Okay.
think people now who live in the high end places,
Mhm.
Westlands, Kileleshwa, and the likes,
Yeah.
they have embraced that. You would go to a hotel, a restaurant at any time of the day and find couples
Hmm.
enjoying and like having fun, which is very rare in like the CBD, the Nairobi. It's rare, and the other
Oh, really?
counties,
Okay.
but in the high end places you would. But now I'm coming to see, like in gardens, because we have gardens like Uhuru Gardens, you will now
Who
start seeing
you said?
couples.
Hulu
Uhuru
Gardens?
Gardens. Uhuru
Uhuru
Gardens.
Gardens. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's
Hmm.
a public like garden where people go to rest and
Okay.
all that. It's like a park. And now you will realize that they have now like adapted the culture of, I'm not afraid of showing off. I'm dating, I'm in love.
Okay.
So yeah, because earlier on it was even like a taboo telling your man, hold my bag. What are
It
you
was too much.
saying? Yeah, it was really toxic, I would say, like
Oh wow.
watching my dad and my mom relate and how I relate with my husband.
Yeah.
It seems like two different
True.
worlds.
Two different generations.
Exactly. And with time I still have to teach, like to tell
Yeah.
him, do this, because
Yeah.
and then I just recalled on Sunday we had like a conversation with him and his
Hmm.
brother and his cousin,
Yeah.
and they would say how they don't watch like the reality shows, they're just full of love and all that. I'm like, is
Yeah.
it wrong? Is it wrong
Yeah.
to
Is that
like,
wrong?
you know now that
Yeah.
is the kind of training they have been instilled with. Like, it's so
Yeah.
hard to see a brother hugging a brother. Like, they say it's
Really? Huh?
weird,
Okay.
you
That's
know
interesting.
it's interesting. And now I love the fact that he knows he needs to work on his emotions, and I
Okay.
know, and I am, they don't cry, these men don't cry, this
Yeah.
like, it's just they are emotional, but they are trained not to show it. And
Huh?
because of that, we have like a very rising rate of suicides.
Oh, really? Amongst
Yes,
everyone, or is it just the? Is it primarily the men, or is it
the
primarily
men, the
men?
men we
Really?
would say,
And why do you
yeah,
think that is?
because they have been taught to suppress their emotions.
Okay.
Yeah, unless that changes, this man knows I cannot walk up to my friend and start crying of how I
Ah,
cannot feed my family, of how I
yeah,
cannot pay rent, of how I cannot school my kids. They
yeah.
will think I'm weak, and they are taught to look strong when you're
True,
weak.
true, true. Understood.
So the
No, you're
the
right.
only option that is there is running away from everything.
Ah,
And now
that's
you
sometimes.
come to realize that, yeah, that these men were struggling when they leave a note.
Yeah,
Yeah,
understood.
but I'm just loving the changes that are now coming in. I'm telling
Okay.
you, people are now embracing the fact that you're a brother. We have a lot of movements. You can
Yeah.
cry, express your emotions. We have movements for men, just to train them on it's okay to speak up. I'm here telling my
Okay.
husband, it's okay. Tell me what the problem is.
Okay.
I
That's
won't
beautiful.
judge.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's very beautiful. Yeah. That's being very
So that
supportive.
is. Mhm, mhm. So yeah, that is about romance. So I was talking about the Uhuru Gardens. Now you will see like couples on weekends.
Hmm.
They are seated, having fun. It's beautiful to see now as a country that we are embracing love, not as a shameful thing.
Okay. No, 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 that's wonderful. And then I know you said you've experienced or you enjoy the changes you're seeing. How has the infrastructure changed? Because I know I hear about Kenya at times being in one of the wanting to be like the digital hub of Africa. Have you seen the infrastructure change a bit? Like, how is the Wi-Fi?
Yeah,
How are the? I heard there's like internet cafes. I've heard so many different things. So could you explain or could you describe the infrastructure and how that's changed since you've moved there till now?
it has changed a lot.
Okay,
Speaking of
okay,
the roads, like
okay,
we used to have like, you know, traffic for over 3 hours. It was
yeah,
so hard to commute, and now we have highways, we have super highways, we have the expressway now that is like a highway, and then you have to pay for it, and
okay,
it is less congested. Talk about hospitals, people would like die. Why? Because we don't have these machines, we don't
yeah,
have an experienced personnel for this. So growing up, you would go to a hospital, and the only thing you would be given maybe is paracetamol,
yeah,
you know, regardless of
yeah.
where you
What was
sick.
it?
But
Yeah.
but now I'm seeing a very huge change. You're seeing you will go and you'll be there is Kenyatta National Hospital,
Okay.
which was the main center of referral. Any sickness that was beyond, and almost all sicknesses were beyond their power, they would be referred there. Then what happened there? The services would be very poor because we are overcrowded.
Hmm.
But now we have a lot of big hospitals that you can be referred to, and that also decreases the chances of death while,
Yes,
trying to
absolutely.
access medical help.
Hmm.
And talk about just the other day, but I've not had much time to look at. There's this, what is it called? Of illusions.
Of
Like,
illusion.
is it what is it called? Like, it's a very nice art place to visit. Um, it has
Installation.
like illusion.
Is it installation like an art installation, or maybe we're thinking about two different things?
Hello, sorry, you're breaking.
Can you hear me now? Am
Yeah,
I better?
no, it's
So
great.
you said it's called evolution, or it's a nice place to visit, or how did you describe it?
It is a nice place to visit. I'm just trying to check it up. It is called the Museum of Illusions in
Okay,
Nairobi,
Museum of
Westlands.
Illusions. Okay, okay,
Yes, and it's a very nice place. It has a lot of like rooms and tunnels, mirrors that like create these illusions.
okay.
And
Yeah.
I think it was launched just the other day, or is it a month ago? But it has been really hyped up, and it's a place I would love to visit, and it's a place I would also recommend people to visit and just experience that.
Okay. Museum of
Yeah,
Illusions in West Nairobi. You said.
yeah, Westland, Nairobi.
Westland, Nairobi.
Yeah.
And what
Mhm.
other places would you recommend a foreigner to visit? So, excuse me. So, outside of Nairobi, are there any other cities that you would recommend that we visit?
Yeah, I would recommend Mombasa. There's Mombasa, Diani.
Diani.
Diani is a very like nice place to visit. It's
Okay.
actually the main tourist attraction in Kenya,
Okay.
especially over the holidays, and that is why I keep on insisting. If it is possible, just come not during the holidays, so that you can now get to experience the whole scenery very comfortably without the
Ah, okay.
congestion.
Understood.
Then
Hmm.
we have places like Nairobi National Park. So
Hmm.
this is a park that is actually within Nairobi, within the capital city,
Yeah.
and you get to see lions, rhinos, giraffes. Then we
Beautiful.
have Giraffe Center.
Beautiful. Hmm. Wow.
Giraffe Center now, here you get to see giraffes closely and even get to feed them.
Oh, really? Giraffe sensor. Okay,
Yeah,
beautiful. That's beautiful. No, that's
yeah,
actually so cool.
exactly. And then we have a forest that is called Karura Forest.
Mm-hmm.
This is where most of the people who want to bike, go hiking, walking, and it is a beautiful place for picnics and all that.
Okay.
Then we have Bomas of Kenya. This is where you get now to experience the Kenyan culture,
Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful.
like especially the Maasai culture. That is one of the most amazing culture that I see foreigners interested in, the Maasai
Mhm.
culture. And we have the Museum of Kenya. This is where you go to learn about our history, art and the heritage. And there is Maasai Market. There is no
Okay.
Kenya without Maasai Market.
Okay. So many different things. Maasai market, Maasai culture, the museums, giraffe
Yeah,
center.
exactly. So Maasai Market is where now you take home, like you come and take home Kenya. So that
Yeah.
is the market where you buy African crafts,
Mm-hmm.
like all of these things, paintings, like,
Yeah. Okay.
the
Bracelets.
trademark
Nice.
of
Yeah.
Kenya and all that. Like that is where now you take back Kenya home. Yeah,
Okay.
you take back Kenya to your place. So I would
No.
suggest, like, come visit these places and then wind up with the Maasai market and get these amazing things to put in your house. We have great decorations, we have great paintings that
Yeah.
represent just Kenya as a country.
No, that's beautiful. I have one last question before we go. For the Europeans or Americans that who have actually immigrated to Kenya, who maybe have, let's say, wives, girlfriends, homes, properties, etc. What tips would you give people who are looking to immigrate and start a new life in Kenya? What tips and recommendations would you give them?
So, if you're looking to immigrate to Kenya,
Yes.
one thing I would like advise is
Hmm.
do things fast while you're back there.
Okay.
Don't come to Kenya and start picking, like, can you show me where I can get a house? Please show me. Don't do that. It is
Okay.
not safe. It is not safe. So,
Hmm.
like I had mentioned earlier, we have people already preying on foreigners. They
Yes.
see you and they have
Yeah.
plans. They know I
Yeah.
will pounce on that one. you
Yeah.
know. So you want to plan everything out while you're back at the
Understood.
comfort of your home.
Yeah.
You want to know when I get back there, which place fits, my budget. Is
Hmm.
it Kilimani? Is it Kileleshwa? Is it Lavington? Where do I live? If
Okay.
this is where I live, do I buy a house? Who are the best real estate agents in Kenya?
Fair. Hmm.
Do it while you're back home. Don't do
Okay.
it when you're here. You will be desperate. One,
Yeah.
you will be wanting to settle down so quickly. So you will
Yeah.
pick almost anything that will come your way and you will
Yeah.
regret.
And I don't
So
want
do
that.
everything there. Make
Yeah.
connections, at least 1 to 2 connections over there. You can
Hmm.
get an assistant to be sending on site. So
Okay.
when you find, like, what, we have this real estate agent telling me there's a house in Lavington, it looks
Hmm.
like this, send your assistant there. Tell them, go look if they have the following details. Do you want to invest in Kenya?